a while ago to do a free show at a casino. I had to turn them down though because I had my volunteer gig at Amazon that day, so there was a conflict. But yeah, no, it takes a long time to get traction in this business. Like, what I like to describe my journey as is essentially like a meteoric rise to mediocrity, you know? Like, if a comedian's journey could be described like compared to the I-5 corridor, like from Portland being the start and Seattle being you win, like I think I'm about like at Kelso, you know? It's okay. I'm gonna make the most of it. You know, a lot of people feel like it's just all about the destination and not so much about the journey, but that's not the case for me. I have a lot of friends who are just hell-bent on becoming professional comedians, and that would be great. But for now, I'm not there yet, and so I need to accept the fact that I am, in fact, an unprofessional comedian. Make the most of it, damn it. I'm gonna be the most unprofessional comedian that this city has ever seen. I show up late, I chew gum, I talk back to management if I even show up at all. It's great. Sometimes I don't even shower. Oh God, I've done it again. The fact that so many bookers are now asking for clean comedians, that one's probably on me. It's nice though, it's nice to know that I can quit anytime, probably without anyone even noticing. So yeah, I wanted to talk about one other thing, and that is that I have stopped watching the news. I just can't watch the news anymore, real or fake, as if I could tell the difference. Am I missing anything? Anything going on? No? I was watching it for a while and I realized I run the risk of being ill-informed and maybe missing out on a citywide evacuation or something important like that. But I found for the longest time that every time I would turn on the news, I would say to myself, it can't possibly get any worse. And then I would turn it on and then it would have gotten worse. And now the situation in the world, it kind of feels like we're in the midst of a natural disaster. Everything's on fire and the Red Cross is not coming. And so that's why I'm avoiding the news. But I do realize that I risk missing some really great stories as well. And things do make it to me through Facebook and friends. Like the other day I heard a story about this 68-year-old dominatrix. I don't know why I'm telling you specifically this story. I didn't recognize your face from the article. I'll try to tell someone else. So the other day I read this story about this 68-year-old dominatrix that was charging men $150 an hour to clean her house. I came this close to missing that story. Not only that, is that a great feel-good story, but I mean, it gives me a really good idea for a retirement plan, to be honest. I can see a retirement like never before. But I realized that by not watching the news, I could miss out on even more really great and inspirational stories. Like, what about all these women who have banded together to say, we are no longer going to tolerate sexual harassment? Yeah, that's really inspirational. I mean, one woman speaking probably wouldn't have been heard, but the collective voice was listened to, and some real change came about. Seeing what those women have done has actually given me the courage to talk about my own truth. I want to tell you guys something that until really recently I hadn't really shared with anyone. This isn't easy, but it's important. You know, they say the truth will set you free, so yeah. It's so quiet in here. So the truth is, I don't get sexually harassed. Like, not at all. I mean, it's like the whole thing is just a parade that passed me by without so much as a second glance. And I don't know, it's weird. I realize when I talk about this, I sound like I'm being really insensitive, and I am. But I'm not trying to imply for 1 second that sexual harassment's not a real thing. Like, I think sexual harassment in the workplace is a huge issue. So I just work around that by not having a job. And I'm sure that any number of guys have like approached me with big plans. It just doesn't always end well, you know, for them. Like, I think they start out like a kid that thinks he saw a chocolate bar, but then it turns out to be salted at the end, sweetened type, you know, and then you just end up with a yucky taste in your mouth. But the why isn't important. It's really what I want to talk about is where this leaves me. It's been awful. I mean, I feel other than, and I feel different. I have nothing to talk about at cocktail parties. Think about it. I mean, I'm really on the outside of this whole movement. Where I'm at right now, I feel like I need to find my tribe. Like, I need to find the other women who've also been passed over. The other women who've also asked the difficult question, why not me too? You guys have been great. Thank you so much for having me. Are you guys ready?